And this is Ero Ps F4 in Sandfort. When I left you, what is going on here? Okay, alright. Did I get an invite? No, crossplay. Alright, I don't have friends, that's a bit mean. Jack Bailey, let's use the invite. Like, it's understandable that no one can actually invite me. Do, 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 do. Okay, and I'm in. I am in. What's happening? Crackshot is out of the session. No. How did that happen? Do we have a third safety car? Yes, we do. There's been a crash. Obviously, at some point, we're going into the back of the field. Possibly just a strategy. Cool. No, Jack also down the field on the hard compound tyres. Let's get these tyres up. No, he's on 12 lap old hards, but he's been jumped by Lee Webb and Bad Luke. So I'm going to have to assume there's been contact between Crackshot and one of the Ferraris at least. Morgonius, he's been on these softs for 2 laps. Because he's been on 2 laps, that's interesting. I think there was a crash then. 1 lap 29, so 9 laps of racing left to go. 7, my apologies, I cannot count. And the safety car still in, so maybe even 6. Dan Dow, obviously his 3 seconds, undeserved. Jack Bailey back in the session. Oh, he disconnected again. Oh, that's a... okay, so that may be why Jack Bailey hasn't pitted under the safety car. So that's going to hurt his race a lot with his soft runners line. That's really cruel, actually. That's not fair on Jack. One bit. Is anyone else going to come into the pits? No. So yeah, Jack will take control of the car once again, but obviously not the way he would have liked. Apparently, flags popping off. Do 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 do. Crackshot, if you're in the chat, can you tell me what happened, please? I'd like to know. What happened? I need to know what happened. It's my job. My job's on the line. I'm gonna lose my job. I'm gonna lose my job. Wow, lots of reporting. Oh, I was stuck in the race director. I'm not joking, the race director wouldn't let me leave. So, yeah, I had to do a new lobby. Or had to rejoin, turn the game off. Which is why the stream is gone. But we are back, and it's leading in the safety car. Train ready to go. 3rd safety car of the evening. Alex went early. So Alex went late. Barry went early. When's Ennis going to go? In the middle. Go, go, go. Dan Dow. A very good safety car. Restart from Dan Dow. Looking to go down the inside of Barry Kruger. Is he going to dive it? Yes, he does. On those medium tyres. And he's going to get past. And it's a Mercedes 1-2. Not heard that much this season. Alex Wells going very early. And there's a massive crash mark into the wall. Boyman without a front wing. Alex Wells with an illegal overtake. What on earth is going on? There's a huge crash with Lee Webb and Bad Luke as well. Okay, the driving standards have been quite poor today. As a steward, I'm a bit upset to be seeing driving standards quite like this. Um, Alex Wells quite a way behind than Lee Webb. I imagine quite annoyed, taking quite a while to rejoin the racing circuit. Morgonia's back up to P7. If you feel wronged, please let me know. Please make a report, because this has been chaos. And it's not been a great advertisement of Sandford, I must say. I mean, it should be. And, ooh, Rimanek going for overtake on the inside of Jack Bailey. There's been tapping from both. Rimanek's going to get the inside line now and secure the move. Jack Bailey's in as much as he really can on the hard tyres. It's not really his fault. And the top 10 seem to be confirmed here. Jack Bailey going fairly wide, letting his teammate Morgonius through. Great teamwork as Alex Wells has spun out down to P8. Boyman without a front wing's not going to catch up, same for Lee Webb. But Alex Wells down to P8. It was looking so good for him, but he's just been a little bit inconsistent, spinning repeatedly. That's so unfortunate. But Dan Dow now into the lead of this race, making the overtake on Ennis at some point, probably because of Ennis's rear wing damage. Ennis slowing down the cars behind. Knows what he's doing, letting Dan Dow move up the lead. We're going to see how many penalties everyone has. Dan Dow 3 seconds, which will be removed. Ennis 5 seconds, which will be removed. Alex Wells 5 seconds, that probably will be removed. Really good, actually, when it comes to cutting corners. No one has cut any corners today, so that's really good to see. Fiftio letting Alex Wells through. DRS has been enabled. Ennis having to defend from Barry Kruger. And is he going to make it work? There's a little bit of lag. Barry Kruger's going to get the outside line. He's going to push it a little bit wide. Oh dear, this is so tight. The margins here are so tight. Ennis defending with all of his might. But Ennis keeps the position for now, allowing Dan Dow to fly off into the lead of this race. Lovely stuff. We're going to get in the fuse with both Mercedes drivers, I expect. Even without the penalties, I'm not entirely sure. When they're so clearly removable, I think it's probably worth chatting to them. Well, actually, I do have to see, but Dan Dow will try and get in the interview. Barry Kruger looking for a sniff of an overtake, but he can't quite do it here. Ennis again slowing Barry down as much as possible. Ruminek also catching up here, so he may be provisionally on a podium. On the soft tyres, he's into good use. Jack Bailey keeping himself in the P6. Morgonius at the back of the front of the pack. No. Now, and like he's been for the most of this race, Morgonius has been there. Not all the way there, but just there. Barry not able to go for the overtake here, but with these low wings, I expect the overtake to happen very shortly indeed. Ennis is still slowing down. If I was Ennis, I'd slow him down even more, to be honest. That 5-second penalty, I expect it to be very removable. So he should be fine. Bad Luke looking to go for an overtake on Jack Bailey. Around the outside of turn 4 once again, possibly. No, not quite. Not able to go for the move there. Boyman's doing the fastest lap on 1:12.7. Looks like he's going to get 3 points to round off this race. Is he going to make it work? No. Oh, this is very close to spinning Jack Bailey once again. Using the OC, not quite sure how to battle a driver on the harder compound of tyres. Bad Luke going to go for the overtake. No, not quite. He's being sensible with it. Bad Luke. Is the yellow flag? It's Dan Tail! No, in a perfect position. He's lost control of the car. He's down into P5, and I expect Jack Bailey to make the overtake on him as well. Momentum not going to be his friend now. And on the penultimate lap of the race, or at least leading into it, Dan Dow's went from P1 to P7. Oh, dearie me. That's so unfortunate from him. Oh, that's really, really, really bad. That's a sad sight. Dan Dow all the way down into P7. Ennis now having to defend from Barry Kruger, who looks like he's going to pick up his second win of the season here. So his third win of the season here, if he can make the overtake stick. He's got the low wings, we know this already, and it's defending with all of his might. And Morgonius P4, there's a yellow flag and no one... Oh, it's Alex Wells. Sorry, I could not see him. It's Alex Wells going wide. Once again, Morgonius is going to get a provisional podium at the very least. It'd be nice to speak to Morgonius for the third time this season, even if the penalty or podium probably most likely won't stand. Ruminek very close to the back of this pack as well. If he can get just a good launch somewhere, Barry Kruger with a bad launch there, Ruminek could end up into the lead of this race. Morgonius also using all of his ERS. Everyone is pushing, but not Barry. Ruminek, yeah, not able to go for the overtake quite yet, but these tyres, 7 laps old, they still have a bit of life in them against the old, hard compound. Living out on PCF for that. Okay. There's another yellow flag. It's Morgonius, no! Oh, Morgonius is in control of the car. Oh, dearie me. And, yeah, that looks like Morgonius down into P7 now. Jack Bailey has to stay within 5 seconds of Ennis on this final lap, which I think he will do. So, yeah, I think Ennis... He's still, yes, he's first. That's the reality of the situation. And he needs to gain a second to Jack Bailey. But it's Bad Luke going to go for the move. Surely, if you're Bad Luke, if you put everything into this move, this overtake, can he make it stick? No, not quite. Not close enough to go for it. It's unfortunate for Bad Luke. But Ennis is going to come across the line to finish first with the Sandford Grand Prix. It is first. In reality, it is first. There's no denying that. Barry Kruger just can't overtake, and Ruminek goes P2 or P3. So Barry Kruger P2, Ruminek P3. Jack Bailey onto the podium, soon to be removed. Bad Luke P4. And Ennis again P1. It says P5. Bad Luke should actually be P5. Dan Dow just getting a P6 even with the time penalties, so that's quite a shock for him. Morgonius comes P7, Alex Wells P8. So Dan Dow should actually be P... No, because Ennis gets his time removed as well. So Ennis P1, Dan Dow P5. No, Dan Dow P6, Ennis P1. It's very confusing. Do do do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. So Barry Kruger comes across the line P2, but provisionally P1 due to an unfair penalty. Ennis and Ruminski rounds out the podium. I will interview Jack Bailey if he wants, but Jack Bailey should be fourth because of the time penalties there. But it was a really good display from Jack Bailey, even not being able to pit under safety car on the hard compound of tyres to get P3. That is really good stuff. Alex Wells somehow still P6 after spinning. What? No, hang on. Oh, it's the results of the race. My apologies. Dan Dow manages to secure P6, shouts behind Bad Luke with Morgonius P7 and Alex Wells P8. Boyman gets the fastest lap of the race with Lee Webb finishing in the top 10. Woo, woo, woo. I am not able to do the interviews this week, unfortunately, because of shooting in another league. So I'm kind of a bit annoyed about that, because that was a really good race to watch, but I'm not going to be able to do the shooting this week. But yeah, that was a fascinating race. And for the championship, I'm going to see where does that put us now currently, because it's F4 drivers. Barry Kruger with another 25, obviously. Kiziak with a DNF. Golden Flame with another DNF. Crackshot with a DNF. Morgonius with 6 points. The way it's done, the sprint race comes later, doesn't it? Yeah. Oh, we got sprint race there. Jack Bailey with 15 points. Bad Luke with 12. Gary with a DNF. Let's see if I can actually remember all this. Mark with a DNF. Seferi, 10 points. Yep. Of course, Francisco, DNF. Fifchio, 0 points. Didn't DNF. Faxi gets P6, 8 points for him. Lee Webb, I want to show you 1 point. I don't quite remember, so I'm going to stop there. I'm going to stop there from the people that I can't actually answer for. But let's just see where we are in the drivers' standings. Who finished second? Raminsky. I'm going to put Raminsky's points in at least. Where are we going to be? Raminsky's going to shoot up the order. He only had 1 point at the start of today. He now has 19, puts in P9, but Barry Kruger, unsurprisingly, now in the lead of the championship by 30 points, so I can confirm that even ignoring the sprint race, Barry Kruger definitely is leading the championship. Mr. Bradshaw drops to P3 with Kiziak going P2, and Jack Bailey, as of now, is P4 in the championship. Morgani is just behind. The Ferraris, a very, very exciting package here. Although Barry Kruger is absolutely carrying AlphaTauri. AlphaTauri is still the best team this season. And his teammate has only scored a whole 0 points. So that does say a lot about just how good Barry Kruger is. But either way, I've been your host for today. Liam Cross. Has been Ero Ps F4 in Sandford. If you want to watch more of the action from tomorrow at 5 PM on Saturday, there will be PSF3. And then at 7 PM, we have PSF2, PCF2, and Xbox Origin. Great to see. And then on Sunday, as I say every week, the big daddy of them all, PSF1 at 6 PM. You get to watch Aurelian Lepenry, Jarona Visser, possibly Alessandro Zanetti, another Shizou driver. Jensen Randall. It's going to be quite a few. It's getting very, very, very spicy. But don't think I forgot about PC F1. Don't think I forgot. 4 PM. Ryan Grobton, Bayer. Let me think. Diego Moraes, Miltos Karafundis, Drake Dempsey, Cameron Dowds, the newest recruit to TF. Lots of action. So it's going to be very, very spicy. But I've been your host for this race, Liam Cross. I hope you enjoyed. Like the video. Click the link in the description. Check out the Discord. Enjoy yourself. It's going to be a good one. I promise you. And without further ado, ta-ra.